Okay, this video is for all of you owners of clinics that don't like giving your accountants the stuff that they need to do their job. It happens a lot. I know it's a pain, but you know what? They can't do their job if I don't get it to them, and I'm not going to get the answer I want in a timely fashion if I don't give them what they want. All right, so how can we, as business owners, reduce the work effort required of us from our accountants? Okay, so as you know, my company, we do some bookkeeping. We do a lot of bookkeeping actually, and there's a lot of record keeping involved. So we need bank statements, we need loan documents, we need all kinds of stuff, asset purchase documents, probably receipts in some cases if they're expensive, and that's just how accounting is. You need this information in order to do a good job. You need this information a lot of times in order to classify stuff correctly. And you might need it in case you get audited, or maybe you're acquired or whatever, and they do what's called the quality of earnings. They're going to want every receipt ever for like the last 5 years. It's just one of those things. So what can you do to make your life a little simpler? Well, the first thing is have as few bank accounts and credit cards and as few loans as possible. Okay, so in a perfect world, I would say you should have one bank account and one credit card and no loans. You're probably out thinking that is the most unreasonable thing I've ever heard. Okay, it probably is. Perfect world, right? So I would say maybe you have one bank account that's an operational bank account. You have another bank account that's an interest-bearing account, where you put your surplus capital into that. If you do have that bank account, then you need to make sure that your office people don't know about that account. Your accountants may see it, but then if that's the case, your office manager really shouldn't have access to your books. Your office manager should not be doing your books anyway. You need to have a professional doing that. And then maybe one credit card, and that's it. If you have multiple credit cards for different people and they all rolled up in kind of a parent-child thing, that might be okay. You want to keep it simple. Loans, we have some pretty sticky loan situations out there. It's kind of a rob Peter to pay Paul situation. That's unfortunate, but that happens. Again, you want to keep the loans as few as possible. But as it happens, as your business grows, you get more complicated and more things happen. And so sometimes people just raise their hands and they're like, I don't want to be involved. Well, you're involved. You are involved. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you and you're involved. You're the owner. That's just is what it is. And you have to get it. You have to make it simple, right? So you need to make stuff as simple as you humanly can. Now, let's say you're the owner of a business and you've got two businesses. Okay, so somebody asked us recently, hey, I'm going to use my credit card. It might be this business. It might be that business. And I'm like, time out. Yeah, we're not doing that. You need to have two credit cards. If you have three businesses, you need to have 3 credit cards, and you need to know which one to use at certain times. My wallet, I've got a few. Is that fun? No, but that's what you have to do to get your accounting right. Don't expect your accountant to be able to sort between that. There's no way they can know that purchase, that was for the business A. Oh yeah, that was actually for business B. They're not gonna know. But if you have different credit cards, different bank accounts, they'll know. So, and the more complicated you make it, the more complicated it is. But remember, you're only making it complicated because there's a financial benefit to you. So you should be benefiting financially from this. If you're not, then you should simplify. I know I've given you a lot to think about. Hopefully this didn't come across as a lecture, but in your best interest, try to keep stuff simple. I know I've got several businesses. It just happens. But try to keep it simple. Every now and then I'll get rid of stuff, or I simplify stuff, or I say I don't need that credit card anymore, or I don't need that. I pay this thing off so I don't have that on my books anymore. I try to simplify as much as possible. It's a good idea to do that as frequently as you can, money pending. Obviously, you have to make good financial decisions, but something to think about. All right, I'm going to sign off. Please like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Take care. Bye.